Hi, welcome. Happy New Year. I'm your host, Dr. Charlie Ferrer, and you're watching Cancer Tamer. Today we have some amazing information and we want to do a little bit of wrap up on what happened last year. So, you know my co-host, Deborah Santulli Barone, which we will have a camera on her in a second.
Hey, Happy New Year.
So, one of the things that we love to do at the end of the show or at the end of the year is talk about all the things that we've done during that year so that we remember. It's also a wonderful way of being able to remember the things that you've done for the year past and the things that you plan to do for the coming year. So, what were some of the wonderful things that we did this year?
Well, I like the fact that we went on the Celebrate for Life rafting trip, whitewater rafting.
And we have pictures. Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
So-
I had so much fun doing this. And so many women joined, and some of the husbands or boyfriends came too. And it was a riot. Some people went by limo. What limo
We
bus was
had
that?
Personal Touch Limo actually
Right.
helped sponsor our trip there. And
yeah.
we got all the women to go, and we had this wonderful, amazing time in the limo, getting there and finding out information about some of the women that were with us. Our oldest participant was actually 78 years old.
I think
And
so, yeah.
so she was 78, and the amazing thing about her,
She's funny.
Carol, it was she's usually so quiet when we do our cancer groups, but she was talking about how she had been, she danced with Fred Astaire, and she was toured with Bob Hope,
Oh, how
and
exciting.
she did all these amazing things, and she was an actress, and you're just looking at her going, oh my God,
Yeah,
let me
it
touch
was a
you.
shock.
That was such a shock, and it was so amazing to see all the things that she'd accomplished in her life, and remembering the fact that there are so many things that we do in our lives that we don't even celebrate for ourselves.
Right. And she keeps celebrating. That's what I liked about her.
Yeah.
You know, she doesn't say no to an adventure, which I thought was great. And it was called Whitewater Rafting Adventures up in in Pennsylvania.
Right,
Yeah.
and she also led the charge for people to go zip
Oh
lining.
yeah, she did it. I didn't do it. I was too scared.
I already did that in the military, so I just let all of you guys do it.
Yeah, it worked
But
out
it was
good.
it was so much fun to see all the women that joined us. We had people joining us from Pennsylvania. We
Right.
had people joining us from Laura Carfung, who does the surviving breast cancer out in Boston.
Yeah, all the way from
also
Boston.
joined us.
That's true.
And so when we do our Celebrate Life events, we actually do them, and they're open to anyone, any woman who has cancer. Regardless of the type of cancer you have. I mean,
Right,
we talk a
that's
lot
true.
about breast cancer, but you can have ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, whatever kind of cancer,
Any kind.
and be able to join us for that. And we also invite husbands and loved ones and family members. We had our youngest member was
right.
actually 23.
That's right. She
who
came with her mom.
She came with her mom. So
Yes.
Terry came. Terry was one of our participants, and she brought her daughter
Yeah, that
to
was
the
good.
event.
I
And we
like
had, what, 3 husbands
Yes,
joined
yes,
us?
and that was fine. And we were able to acquire some funding, and so that people can go, which was a good idea.
Right,
You know,
which
this
was
way.
wonderful.
Yeah.
So we want to give a big shout out to all the people that helped us make that possible.
Right, you can see that
and
on the
you can see that
website.
on our website. You
Yes.
can see all their names and the people that did that. The other thing too that we did, which I thought was fantastic, was we had the Celebrate Life Fund.
Yes.
And so for those of you that don't remember the Celebrate Life Fund that we started at the beginning of the year, we worked with BCB Bank in Staten Island, but you could work with any bank and start this in your own bank and stuff. So for those of you that are older, you'll remember the Christmas fund when we were kids. And so the idea blossomed into the Celebrate Fund. And so what it is that you end up taking, celebrating the fact that you had a good month. So if you had a good day, then you save $1. If you had good test results, then you save $20, $30.
Right,
whatever you want to save, you save. The money, of course, is yours.
Right.
So it's not going anywhere. It's not going to anybody. It's your money. And so the whole premise of the Celebrate Fund is that you are celebrating the fact that you're doing better.
Right.
So here's the kicker. At the end of the year, you get to use that money for whatever you want.
Right.
You celebrate it by buying presents for yourself, by going on vacation, by doing whatever you want. So I have to brag. I saved $1,407.81.
That's amazing, really.
And so
I only saved $100, so you did so much better.
So what I'm doing with that money is I'm actually going to Amsterdam to go and hang out in Amsterdam for 10 days.
That's great.
Yes, it's going to cost a bit more than that. But, my sister's treating me to the hotel. And,
that's beautiful.
And I'm meeting with practitioners in Amsterdam to be able to see how they do and treat cancer and breast cancer in particular out there. I'm going to a chocolate factory because they have this big thing that they do in Amsterdam on sustainable choco or cocoa. And so understanding that it's not like just chocolate, it's what they're putting in their chocolate, how they're making the chocolate, and being able to get all the benefits from the chocolate, because most people don't realize all the benefits that you can get. Now, big disclaimer there.
Right.
It's not just the chocolate that you eat from the candy store that's full of preservatives and full of soy and full of all this other junk. It's the pure cocoa beans or cacao beans, depending on how they're processed. And so I'm going to be able to do that and learn all the benefits, because some of the benefits were amazing. If you get the pure chocolate or cocoa, it helps with asthma, it helps with diabetes, which that floored me that it would help cure diabetes. It helps. Some studies show that it helps with breast cancer and prevent breast cancer. So many wonderful things. So I get to do that in Holland.
That sounds like fun. I like that.
So it's going to be so much fun. And I am so psyched that I saved $1,407.81 because there was interest in there. And so I get to use that for my vacation. So I'm celebrating life in that way.
Right.
And so now I've already started this year's Celebrate Life Fund. And so I've already saved like $90 because I was so happy that one of my test results came back and it came back well. And I've just been so happy. I just put in, I started the year with 90 and I added an extra 10. So I already have $100 for this year. And so I don't know where I'm heading next year with that, with the money I save.
Let me think.
Well, Peru's on my list.
Oh, really?
I want to go to Peru.
Okay.
So Peru's on my list.
Alrighty.
So I invite you to create your own Celebrate Life Fund in your bank, whichever bank that is. It doesn't matter. You can also just save the money underneath the mattress. I've been known to do that too.
But you won't get interest.
But you won't get interest. But, and you're also more prone to go, oh, I need, new bag, and you just keep withdrawing. The one thing that I was very proud of that I didn't withdraw any of the money. I just kept saving and kept saving, and every month I made the effort. But here's the beauty of it, because that means that if I go back and I look at all the times that I put in money for the test results, I can also see all the times that I put in money just for the days that I was happy.
Oh, okay.
And the days that things went well.
Right.
And so that tells me that I need more days.
Right.
I need more days to make myself happy. I need more days to do fun stuff. I need more days. And so that's also a way for you to gauge, you know, are you feeling bad
Right.
this month, or are you a little depressed, or is there something going on, and how can you then change that?
Right.
How can you find somebody to help you with that? How can you,
Right,
you know, who
that's
can you
true.
go to? Can you go to your friend and say, hey, Deborah, you know, I need a little bit of help, you know.
So imagine every year if it got better, your life, look how much money you'd be
Look how
saving.
much money you'd be saving.
I like
you
that
know?
idea.
And so where else can I go?
Yeah,
How much
that's
more
true.
fun can I have on vacation? Because I just love traveling.
Yes, I noticed that.
So,
But it's good. It's all
yeah.
good. It's all good with that.
So we worked with BCB Bank on that one, and,
Yeah.
and
And
a
they're
couple
very
of other
good.
banks here in the area that want to do that too. And
Oh,
again,
great.
go to whether you're in Boston, Hawaii,
Yeah, you can be
wherever,
anywhere,
you
you
can
know?
go anywhere.
That's true.
And then invite friends to do it with you.
Right.
You know, they don't have to have cancer. They can,
Right.
you know,
Just do
your
it for
kids
fun.
can do it. So here's a wonderful way of showing them how to save money. And so you can do it with your kids, and you can do different things. And though Deborah is now a ventriloquist because I'm the one talking and Deborah's staring, but technical issues in the background. So you'll see that. But anyway, you can have tons of fun that way,
Right. I
and
think
teach
that's a good
savings
idea.
for your kids. The other thing that we did this year was, or last year, we did
right.
the Christmas show.
Yes.
And we were able to take 40 women
It was magical.
and their loved one and go and do the Christmas show here on Staten Island.
Yes.
Which was
Thank you, St. George Theater.
Thank you, St. George.
Yes.
So they were just so wonderful. It was a fun play.
Yeah.
It was so
Beautiful.
It was so fun.
And the
And
scenery,
The
everything
scenery,
was great. Top notch.
the dancers, the
Yes, the
ballet,
ballet.
people, and so on.
Everything.
And I have a little joke about the ballet.
Oh, okay.
Because my first time ever going to a ballet, my son was 7 years old at the time, and he wanted to go see a ballet. So of course I'm okay. So I'm, you know, a little Puerto Rican girl from East New York. So I'd never been to a ballet before. So we're sitting there and we're watching, and these people are dancing and so on, and everything's wonderful. And my son's like, oh, Ma, I want to do that. And I'm like, okay. And I'm sitting there, like 15 minutes into the ballet. I lean over to the woman who had the chair next to me. I don't know who she was. And I just looked at her and I said, when are they going to start talking?
Oh, oh how cute.
And she just chuckled. She's like, darling, this is the ballet. And I'm like, I know. When will they start talking? And she goes, it's ballet. They don't talk. And I was like, oh,
that's
okay.
so funny.
I just never knew they
Right,
didn't
of
talk in a
course.
ballet.
Who would know? You know,
Yeah,
that's
because I
true.
thought, oh, well, you're going to be dancing, so you're going to be talking.
Right.
I thought musical in my
Yeah,
head.
and I can't blame you.
Yeah,
That's
so
like
I-
I went one time to my mother took me to an opera, and I'm saying, well, why are they singing in a different language? Why not in American? He goes, no, operas are sung usually in Italian or
in
whatever.
different languages.
Or different
yeah.
languages. I didn't know.
Unless you see, the first opera that I saw was actually Carmen.
Oh yeah.
I loved it, and it was in English.
Yeah.
And I had taken my son.
Oh, look at that.
Which, yeah, he was very cultured. You know, now he's like, Ma, I did that, done that, I don't want to do it. But I took him, and it was so hysterical because at the second act, we happened to be, there was great acoustics, you know, in that theater. And we happened to be all the way in the back underneath the little alcove. Well, my son was like 7, 8 years
Oh, he
old at
was
the
young.
time. He fell asleep.
Oh.
My son snores.
Oh, how cute.
So you hear them singing, and you hear
Oh my God.
the snoring, and everybody just turned around and looked at me, and I was like pointing down, going, "No, it's the kid, it's the kid." So they all smiled, turned back to the front, and
how
you hear the
funny.
theater music and everything just start getting louder
my.
because they're fighting his snoring.
Wow.
Which I thought was hysterical. Well, because we were in the alcove, so it magnified
Oh
the
yeah,
sound.
that's right. Okay, the acoustics. that's
Yes,
true.
so it was a great acoustic, so
Oh.
you could hear the snoring.
Yeah, sure. He should have got paid for some of that.
Yeah. So being able to go to events like that is wonderful.
Right.
Being able to do fun stuff, celebrate life. So when we do the Celebrate Life events through Cancer Tamer, we try to find different opportunities.
Right.
For different fun opportunities. And we look to you to be able to give us ideas on what you want to do, where you want to go. Right. Some of the ideas coming up for this year was being
your idea.
Well, one of my ideas is to be able to go to do the Red Baron thing that I love to do, like the Snoopy plane with the open cockpit, and you get to fly.
And you wear those goggles.
Yes, you wear the goggles, and you got to do the
red scarf, right?
Scarf, the white scarf flowing in the background. So I want to do that. So if anybody's interested, let us know. Mm-hmm. And then the other things, people wanted to go back to the whitewater rafting.
Yeah, because that was a lot of fun.
It was so much fun.
And then race cars.
We've had requests for doing race car driving. Mm-hmm. And we've also had the hot air ballooning that we're looking at. So we're taking a poll on where people want to go. Mm-hmm. And the most hits wins. Right. And that's what we'll try to do for this year.
Right, and then we try to figure out how to do that.
Then we try to figure out how to do that. Yeah. The other thing, too, that we were looking at was we're doing other mini Celebrate Life events. Mm-hmm. And so we're doing for February.
Oh, right.
We're doing the Arnold Studios in New Jersey is actually sponsoring an event where we could go and do glass beads. So, you're making the glass beads yourself, you're playing with the fire, and you're melting the glass and making an actual bead for like your bracelet or your necklace. That's right. Or doing that. Mm-hmm. And so we get to create.
Oh, that's
nice. So I've been going through like different magazines, trying to figure out what the beads should look like, and just get ideas.
Right, and so you can pick any color.
You can pick any color, you can pick any design because you're making it.
Oh, that's nice.
So we have they're giving us the private studio for us, and it's limited to 8 because they only have enough for 8 burners.
Yeah.
So, and we're just, you get your little stick and you get your glass and you start melting it. And then you make a bead. I don't have a bead bracelet, but you make the bead like your earrings. Right. And so you make them however beautiful you want them to be. And then now you can have your creation. You string them, make a bracelet, make a necklace, make earrings.
You have a choice of what you want to make?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's good.
The ball will fit whatever.
Oh, okay.
Because it has the metal piece in the middle. Right. It has a metal piece that holds it, and then you put the glass around the metal piece. And so you can even give them to people, like make a little marble and give it to a loved one, and here you have your little worry beads. So I actually I just thought of that. That would be so cool, like doing one of those beautiful
rosaries.
A rosary or a meditation. String, like they do in Buddhist and Tibetan, to be able to do that. So that would be so wonderful to do. So if you're interested, by all means, let us know. Contact us at info@cancertamer.org. And being able to get more information about that. And all our programs are available on our website. So that's the beauty of it. You can send us emails, let us know what topics you might want to hear, because we also have so many topics that we discuss over the year. And so being able to let us know if there's something, a specific topic. Deborah also does the Did You Know section on our website. And so she also talks about the different opportunities that you have, the different things that you should be aware of. Yeah. Like you're doing a piece on environmental toxins in your home. Right. Who knew? We work with Passionate Women body scrubs and hero oils where they do stuff that is just non-toxic.
Right.
So that they're not adding any kind of toxins. It's just all pure sugar.
Because you do have
essential
to be careful.
oils and such.
Yeah, essential oils. A lot of people go out and buy them and don't realize that some of them are just made of synthetic fragrance, which isn't good for you. It can be a hormone disruptor. So we deal with companies that have 100% natural or
right,
whatnot,
and we try to find those for you so that this way you can know that they're out there. Because before we found Passionate Women, we didn't know that they have all these carcinogenic chemicals in your body wash.
Right.
I mean, it's in your soap, it's in your body wash,
your shampoo,
and you're thinking,
your creams.
you're thinking, oh, I'm getting clean, but you don't realize, well, you're getting clean with toxic chemicals.
Right.
It's like, they drive me back and forth to my appointments in the city. And so one of the drivers has these jokes. All he does is just joke,
nice.
one after the other, which is fun. But his jokes are so silly. I don't want to say stupid, but they're so stupid and silly that you're like, what? And then you just start laughing. So one of the jokes, he says, and he says it in Spanish, "Te bañas con la gripa," which means, do you bathe with the flu? Oh. And so, well, do you bathe with the flu?
No, probably not.
You don't bathe with the flu?
Well, I mean, it depends.
Okay. So
the first day,
so the thing is, you
and then you
bathe.
Wash up and feel
good.
You
wash up and you bathe. And he goes,
not the first day, no.
Yo no. He goes, yo no. Yo me baño con jabón. And I'm like, what? And I just looked at him. He goes, yeah, yo no. He goes, I don't. I wash with soap. And it's like,
he got you.
Oh, right. I don't take a bath with the flu. I take a bath with soap. So it's that piece of knowing what you're taking a bath with.
Right.
Do you take a bath with all these chemicals, or do you take a bath with pure, products that don't have all these chemicals in it that aren't harming you?
And they don't even have to be organic. They just have to be natural. Do you know, even when we're talking about bathing, when you take a shower, and you have shower curtains, most of them are vinyl, and they have PVC. It's polyvinyl chloride. And when the water heats up and it goes on the plastic, it emits toxins, over 128 toxins, believe it or not. Yeah, so it's really scary. If you can't afford natural, which means cotton, hemp, birch, linen, because then you have to wash them all the time. If you have to buy plastic, try to buy one that says no PVC. But no matter which one, hang it outside, air it out, because it's really.
I didn't know that. Okay, I'm getting rid of my plastic.
Yeah. I was blown away. I just read that recently on the Environmental Working Group.
Right, and for those of us that love a hot bath in the winter or a shower, then you are emitting all those things, and you're breathing them in.
Yeah,
and you don't even think of it.
Yeah, and when your shower head, you should scrub it with a scrub brush because you get a lot of deposits. Because you got to remember, your water has chlorine and everything else. It's heating up, and you're breathing that.
Yeah,
so you could have respiratory problems.
The ways that you're introducing all these chemicals into your environment and into your body, that you don't even realize that that's what you're doing, because nobody talks to you about that. Another thing, and that we're looking at is, we had some wonderful people here on the show.
Yes, thank you,
lots
all
of
of you.
shout out to all of them who came on the show. We had a show on how to drink water healthy. We had Myra Sanchez, who came in, Staten Island Dragon Lifestyle, who talked about how we use our energy and financially we use our energy to prosper ourselves. And we had so many other wonderful, we had a lawyer on the show.
Yes,
we talked
Danielle
about
Becker,
we talked
about wills and trust, irrevocable trust.
Right. And so being able to see all those shows on our website at cancertamer.org. And if you have an idea for a show, by all means, send us your idea. One of the things that we want to talk about this year, and we're going to talk about in depth in our next show, is we are putting together a play called Breast Cancer Diaries, the play. And so it is one of those things where we're calling it a dramedy,
Right.
which is a little bit of drama and a whole lot of comedy. And it's a compilation of the different things that as breast cancer patients we go through. Some of the crazy insanity that we experience.
Yeah, definitely.
And, you know, from a perspective of what we go through. And one of the things that we find is that as you're watching this play, you'll be able to learn what your loved one goes through. You'll be able to find ways to make it fun and playful during this time of crisis. You'll also, wonderful thing is for those out there that are working with patients, healthcare providers, doctors. Especially doctors, you know, social workers and so on, to be able to learn a little bit of understanding how to better treat your patient,
what we're thinking, you know?
how to realize that, you know, this is a person, not just a disease. And so I think a lot of the times the people that are working with cancer patients forget that, and they forget that, you know, I'm not just a breast cancer patient, I'm not just a thyroid cancer patient, I am a person. I am a human being, and being able to treat me with the dignity I deserve.
That's definitely.
And so we talk a lot about that on the in the play. I don't want to say a lot, but we do mention it.
Yeah.
So we'll have some wonderful wonderful skits for you. And this is a shout out to those individuals that would like to be able to talk about their experience and to be able to share that with us, or to be able to give information to other women that may be going through it or have gone through it, and being able to give your words of advice, or being able to just share a little piece of what was true for you. So again, contact us. We're going to be having a casting call because we're looking for your stories to be able to share them during the play, or make a compilation of that.
Yeah, in a video
and
show
right,
that. Yeah.
and being able to show that. So that'll be wonderful.
Yeah. You'll be helping yourself, the community, and us. Really, it'll be fun.
Right, because one thing that I learned was the fact that when you have information from other women, and knowing that they're still here, knowing that they're still around, knowing that you're not alone is really important. And so we try to do that with this show, and we try to do that with the book. We also have the book, Breast Cancer from Diagnosis to Surgery, that talks about all the things that you need to know that you're not told. So how to prepare financially, how to prepare emotionally, how to prepare physically,
How to prepare your food before
how to prepare
time.
your food, and all the fun different things that happen that most people don't realize that go along with having breast cancer.
Very
so it's a
informative.
wonderful guide. So that's available. So please, by all means, get in touch with us. Contact us at info@cancertamer.org. Thank you for watching and being with us.
Thank you.
And we'll see you at the next show.